about Sarah?
Show us your dick!
I swear to God, Necro just comes in to the chat to tell me that he's showering to the sound of my voice. My friends, welcome back to the game library where we give a voice to the voiceless games. My name is Martin, and as ever, I would like to start the stream off with a single question. Have you played any good books lately? I know today we are continuing our playthrough of The Elder Scrolls number 3, Morrowind. I swear Necro might or might not be drunk and listening to your voice in the shower. What am I gonna do with you guys? What am I going to do? So, I guess the first thing that I would like to talk with you guys about in today's stream is just a reminder of the new stream schedule for this week, not next week, and then the week after the next week. Jinra, welcome in. And yes, I do want to say hello to everyone in the chat quickly, but first I need to read Jin's comment. He has terrible news. He has in fact been playing some good books lately. Also, I have some amazing food chilling out in the fridge. What kind of pudding? What kind of pudding? Pardon me. Hoi, Gevalt. This is the second time this has happened to me, by the way. I'm just going to start using neutral phrases. That is what I'm going to start doing, because I keep getting it wrong, no matter what I do. Bween, welcome in. Short Bowl, welcome in. And welcome in everybody today. And Jin, thank you for not being super grumpy with me. Some people get very grumpy when stuff like that goes down. We do have rather ambiguous names on this platform, so I appreciate you being cool about it. But I want to make sure that I'm saying a hello to everyone, so Dragon, welcome in. Avalon, of course, welcome in. Cody, otherwise known as Ineskel, welcome in. Razman, welcome in. Necro, of course, in the shower, welcome in. Rin, welcome in. Jin, of course. And Harold. It's always a pleasure to have you, Harold. You're fine. Look, I hail from the era where on the internet men were men and women and youth were FBI agents. I remember the FBI agents. Almost forgot. No, I never forget you, Avalon. I just want to say hellos. Is the intro also going to be partly about the theme of today's stream after our... Yes, yep, exactly. So, okay. I've been working on a little something. Sammy in YouTube chat, welcome in, supporting on both ends, my friend. You have all of the ideas on how much that helps, and I thank you for it. Enjoy the stream. So, my second point, I guess, is that I've been talking with Dragon and some other community members about, I guess, next steps. We are approaching the end of the mainline story for Morrowind. We are approaching the end of the expanded content for Siege of Avalon. Oh, Neverwinter Nights 2 Enhanced Edition went live today. It was today, I believe. Yes. If I'm not incorrect, it was today. I'm looking forward to playing that. Yes, exactly. It's always a freaking pleasure with you, sir. So, okay. I've been having a chat about next steps, because frankly speaking, I was kind of freaking out a little bit. And I didn't really know what I was gonna do when two of the keystone games for the stream were coming to a close. It was something very difficult for me to wrap my head around because I've just been streaming them so long. It's been Morrowind and Siege of Avalon have been cornerstone games for this stream. They are the two games that have single-handedly provided the stream with the most growth. And it's been so fun playing them. I don't want them to end. I love these games. But when we are kind of coming to a close on a particular chapter of the channel, I just needed to speak to some people about what exactly the future was going to look like. So I think what it's going to look like is a shuffling around of the schedule. So Tuesday and Thursday are going to turn into what I suppose we could call showcase days. So shorter games, because they're shorter streams, that we can beat in, you know, between 2 and say 10 streams. Let's just put it that way. Games that we can beat quickly. That would be Tuesday and Thursday. Friday would remain a rotation day, and then Saturday would either turn into a rotation day, or since Tamriel Rebuilt is on the menu for a future game that we are playing in the channel, that might be a candidate, because Saturday is longer streams, frankly speaking. And then if there's an appetite for it and I can manage it mentally, I might add another stream to the week. I'm not sure of yet, but basically doing a schedule shuffle. When you said short games that we can beat quickly, I was like, oh, like a 3-hour game, and then you said 2 to 10 streams. Bween, we play RPGs here. The RPGs are very cumbersome, even the shorter ones. But we also want to play games that aren't necessarily an RPG, right? So more conversations need to be had for certain. But that is kind of where my head is at right now. And we still have a ways to go. Siege of Avalon probably has another, I don't know, half a month to a month of streams left, due solely to the fact that we are coming to a close with Ashes of Avalon, and then we have to get through the Rise of the Dwarves and the Caves content. But the Rise of the Dwarves and the Caves content is going to be one of those shorter games. Another thing that I have to remain cognizant of within my streaming is, well, frankly, one of the reasons that I do an earlier stream on Saturdays. And that is so our European friends and our UK friends can actually attend damn stream. As, you know, with the Tuesday, the Thursday, and the Friday stream, it's almost all of our North American buddies tuning in. And some of our European buddies that, I don't know, have a self-flagellation kink and don't like sleep. I see you, Avalon. Of course Eternal shows up the moment I say that.
You Inma.
Mishi, thank you for the bits. Oh my god. Anyways, so the reason the Saturday stream sits within the Eternal always has perfect timing, and he is responsible for the books quotes as well, so all the amazing books quotes are also due to the Eternal Arcade.
Show us your dick!
Brought to you by the Eternal Arcade. So, yeah. I want to make sure that the time slot...
Somebody please get this man...
Yes, I need... Mishi, I need heals. I need heals. So, the Saturday stream does have to remain within the 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. time slot. I am not... That is a non-negotiable for me. I need to be able to give a time slot where our friends overseas can tune into the stream and enjoy. But that doesn't mean we can't examine what games get streamed and this, that, and the other thing, right? It's going to be a conversation. I'm not saying that this is like these are the games and this is how things are going to go. I'm more or less saying that I want to just open up dialogue, and I want to have honest and fair conversations with people in the community about steps going forward, as a lot of the Keystone games that we've been playing for so long are coming to a close as far as their story goes. That's all. You're interested in finding out what's possible, yeah? What people will want and what you want, and yeah, more or less. I'm looking, not necessarily, I mean, ultimately, guys, this is my stream, and I have to do something that is genuine to myself, that I will enjoy, but that, frankly speaking, you guys are awesome, and a lot of the stuff you enjoy, I enjoy. So I doubt it will be very hard to come to a consensus and figure out what to play next. But I am one man, and I have a very busy schedule, so it's going to be difficult to find balance and everything else within that context. You don't enjoy Siege of Avalon on hard mode? I don't think anyone does. Do you, Avalon? Have you been playing Siege of Avalon on hard mode? Yeah, Morrowind has maybe 2 months max left, and then we get into Tamriel Rebuilt, which is going, I mean, Tamriel Rebuilt is massive in its scope. That is going to be insane by looking at how you play it. So, Siege of Avalon within hard mode, I have never really enjoyed. It's a feature that's in side-scrollers a lot, and I dislike it in those too. Checkpoint-based gameplay has always irritated me when it appears in games that I feel it doesn't belong in, and I feel checkpoint-based gameplay does not necessarily belong in an RPG. I tried, I gave it a good college try, you can't say I didn't. But I do like to be able to save my game in Siege of Avalon, especially with how often I die in that game. Tamriel Rebuilt has basically been in production longer than almost any 3 other video games you can mention. Extreme outliers like Star Citizen and actual Vaporware as the exception. Yeah. No, and in a way, I did enjoy hard mode on Siege of Avalon. It's just in the interest of actually moving the game along, because I'm in Siege of Avalon for the story, not for getting my butt kicked. So it got to the point where I wasn't getting what I liked from the game out of the game. So it was time to move on. And now we're getting lots of story, and Ashes of Avalon has a fantastic story. I'm very much enjoying it. Whatever you do, love it. I think it is really noticeable when you play something for someone else rather than for yourself. And that isn't fitting for the channel. It definitely hurts the stream and channel, but don't be afraid to be adventurous. And that is why I've kind of opened up the conversation, and a lot of you guys have been recommending a lot of really cool games. One game in particular I gave a shout out last stream, which was insanely cool. It was from a Czech studio, a Czech developer, and it was called Inquisitor. It came out in 2009. It's kind of like a Diablo style game, and it looked absolutely brilliant. It looked really, really cool, and I definitely want to spend some time in that world. The other thing that I'm having to do as well is there are a lot of games that you guys are recommending that I simply have not played. And I don't want to put them in the stream, not like them, and then have to be like, yeah, I'm not streaming this anymore. I want to vet the games, as it were, make sure that they're going to resonate with me individually, and then I would stream them. So I've been playing a lot of video games in my spare time as well. This is something that I did not anticipate as a streamer, is the amount of time I would spend playing video games outside of the stream itself. Like, that's been a big drain on my time as well. I enjoyed my time in Star Citizen, but I also laughed heartily when I saw a mock-up of an enormous billboard in Cyberpunk 2077 displaying Star Citizen now in beta. I mean, Star Citizen's been the butt of the dev jokes for, I feel like, ever at this point. It's been a while. But with that said, if you guys want to, you know, shoot something into the suggestions box on the Discord, kind of have more of a conversation amongst each other. I don't know how much you enjoy JRPG style games. I love them. But I can throw some suggestions, things I've enjoyed in the Discord. That said, a good half or more of a successful streaming career is spent not on stream, getting things prepped and such. 100%. And Jin, that is something that there's a massive amount of prep that goes on behind the scenes that you guys do not see, and that includes playing a game, getting my room renovated, getting scripts done for YouTube, editing YouTube shorts, you know, all this different stuff. While I shot out a few suggestions last night for how streaming schedule works, the rest of this conversation needs to be done in the Discord. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is by far going to be the most productive way to have this conversation for sure. Ali, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for the resub yesterday, by the way. I don't know if I actually gave you a shout out for that, so just know that I did see it, and I thank you for it. Oh my god, I relate on that so deeply, and feeling the need to play them on my own time so I can progress the story and not waste everyone's time. I cannot express how much I appreciate that you're vetting the games before streaming so you can commit to finish the game with the whole community. And why wouldn't I? Because the whole point of the channel is to actually showcase the game in its entirety and as it is. Now, that doesn't mean I need to beat the game, right? I just need to know if the game is going to vibe with me. So Daggerfall, for example, all I had to do to know that I could stream Daggerfall forever and ever, amen, is to play through the first dungeon. I just needed to spend a good hour in Daggerfall and just make sure that it was going to pass the vibe check, the book's vibe check, and then I was like, okay, I can stream this. I can sit for many, many hours in front of a screen with chat, and I can play this. Because that's the question you have to... By the way, a lot of you guys in the chat, you are streamers or you're thinking about becoming a streamer. A lot of you guys have brought this up in chat before. And if you guys are going to become a streamer, you have to be able to sit in front of a screen for hours on end and resonate with the game and people. That is a part of this medium. I'm retired, I've never streamed under this account, but I used to be moderately successful. Not financially, but yeah. Jin, I feel your pain and I know your struggles to some degree, and I appreciate that very much. And it's definitely... I really resonate with the not financially successful, because frankly speaking, to be a financially successful streamer, it needs to get big. Like, you need to have basically a media empire behind you at that point. Maybe we thread of 3 or 4 games that have been thrown around, some less than others, and see how everyone feels on that. I was considering, I've got a spreadsheet that I've been keeping with all the games. Being a financially successful streamer is basically 5 full-time jobs. Can confirm, I don't sleep anymore. And that's with delegate, yeah, exactly. I mean, I have tried streaming, well, I still am, but nobody ever came to the stream except, well, and so this is another thing, right, with streaming. People have their own schedules, right? I am one person, and a lot of the people in this community are streamers, and I am trying so hard to attend everybody's different streams, but it also gets to the point where I do have to pump the brakes and say, okay, I also have to mow the lawn, and I have to change the oil on my car, and, you know, I have things to do in my life that don't involve, you know, streaming or being in the stream space. It's definitely... I don't feel like it would be fair to give us a spreadsheet and then vote on games. Every game on the spreadsheet should have a fair shot, regardless of what... That is true, 100%. I haven't got back into editing since I set up the new PC, putting off since I've had free time for other things. Well, and that's the other thing, is like, free time feels really good. It does. Editing is my least favorite thing. I do not like editing videos. I've basically got it down to an art form, so I have to spend the least amount of time possible on DaVinci editing my shorts. I do not like editing videos. Come on, Dumpling, don't be shy. Just do this one little favor for Uncle Chris. I'm not putting on the belt. Leave me alone. Welcome in, Shale. It's good to see you. It's not good to see Uncle Crassius. I enjoy editing once I start. I don't like okay. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I don't like sifting through all of my clips. That's what I don't like doing. Once I'm in DaVinci and I'm actually getting flow, you know, it's fine. But yeah, going through all of my different clips is, yeah, it's a lot. It is. Missed something Jin said. The market is glutted. By far the simplest, not easiest, but the simplest is to have a set schedule. Yeah, exactly. Yep. We need an emote of you putting on a belt. I say I will do mutiny in the Discord and start a petition. Will you draw the emote? I'll do the emote if you draw it. How about that? And I don't care if it's stick figures. If you do a stick figure emote of Uncle Crassius putting the belt on, I will make it an emote. But enough jibba jabba, ladies and gents, and all my friends. Let's get gaming. I am the worst with the anticipatory distress when it comes to editing, but once I start it, I really enjoy it, and I force my family to watch what I... I do too. Miss Books is my BS detector. Hello, beautiful humans. Currently at the restaurant. Surprise, surprise. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful time and stream yada yada yada. Hopefully I'll be on when you are still streaming so I can be more chatty yada yada yada. B, as you know, you're massively appreciated. We love you in this community, my friend. I hope you have a really, really good day working in the kitchen. And make something good for us. Make something good. Post on the Discord. My girls enjoy the things I edit, but get annoyed that I'm interrupting what they are doing at the very moment. Alright, so, just to refresh everyone on what has happened, and I need to move something before it falls, one moment. Command strip failure. That sucks. I lost my oblivion. The command strip failed. It was gonna fall. I noticed it when I looked over at chat, because I can see myself in OBS when I look at chat, and I could see this was drooping where I had it hung on command strips, so I had to move.
Nice execution.
You're doing terrific.
Thank you, Razman. Okay, so it was mentioned. I did want to address this, so I do want to go back. But someone mentioned JRPGs, and that is something that we have not yet touched in the channel. So I just want to read Jin's comment. I don't know how much you enjoy JRPG style games, but I can throw some suggestions on things I have enjoyed. So, and then Razman said, so if a JRPG has a lot of EXP grind, would that be a no-go? How about if there's an experience code to ease up on the grind? So, I love JRPGs, I love Chrono Trigger, I love Final Fantasy, I love Pokemon, and yes, Pokemon is a JRPG, change my mind, fight me. Fight me. But I love me a JRPG, so I'm definitely willing to play some JRPGs in the channel. If they are going to be long-winded, we might have to... Again, the Tuesday and Thursday stream, I'm not saying that they're going to be for shorter games forever, but I do want to start... I want to start chewing up some games that are on the list and actually... Pokemon is a JR... Yays, welcome in. Pokemon is a JRPG, thank you. Okay, I'll toss a surprisingly short one up in there. Okay, and... That, again, that's not to say that it's going to be a forever thing, that I want to play short games forever. But... yeah, it's going to be a conversation, I guess. So, I'll drop it. We're going to open up conversation about it. Oh, sweet, it's even got a demo, didn't remember that. Ooh, sweet. And thank you for the biddies and the Kirby. As you know, actually, Harold, I don't think Kirby was in the background. We kind of like Kirby. He's kind of one of my favorite characters, like, ever. I love me some Kirby. Yeah, there's a model that I am going to be buying once I have my background shelving set up. It's going to be a diorama of all of Kirby's different forms. But Santa Kirby is specifically for Christmas. Alright, you know what to do, chat. The Dagoth wave is playing, so we are dancing. My teen might be a little bit tism, so, she's a bit younger, and how she handles the teen thing. So far she's really easy, but I'm sure she'll... We all do. We all change.
How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I'm a god. How can you kill a god?
Shame on you, sweet Nerevar.
I'm a god. I'm a god.
Okay, so, before I forget to mention the damn thing, Harold has found the new books emote. Yeah, Rollverine, which I believe is Mishi on the Discord. They found a clip of me and they liked the face I was making. They said make it an emote, and I said say less. With Tuesday and Thursdays, so what would be the first on the agenda? The Elder Scrolls Abandonware games, those are only shorter games on the spreadsheet to my knowledge. Yes. Those are definitely on the list. I think I would be doing those games on Tuesday, which would leave Thursday open for something else. I do want to... I love the Elder Scrolls. I'm giving the Elder Scrolls a lot of my attention. It is my favorite fantasy franchise after all, so no wonder. But I do want to make sure that I'm giving other franchises some love as much as possible as well. So if I'm giving Morrowind and Daggerfall attention simultaneously, for example, I might not want to incorporate those shorter games immediately until one of those games is beaten. So maybe we do something like Daggerfall stays on, you know, the regular programming, and then we throw in Redguard or one of the shorter handheld abandonware games, and then that kind of takes the place of Tamriel Rebuilt for a little while and is on the... And don't forget Daggerfall, yes, exactly. I am doing a very lightly modded run right now. Again, I always like to experience games as close to vanilla as I can for my first run through. Same thing I'm doing with Morrowind. I love those Kirby emotes, those are awesome. Yeah, my older brother has as well, Sheo. One of my very best friends has one of the best early low-impact mods. It doesn't work as well these days, but there are successors. And Jin, if you have any mods that you would like to see on the channel, in my current run, shoot it over. We have the Elder Scrolls chat, so you can always shoot those my way, and I will see them. I'm sorry, am I like on like bath salts or something? I felt like that rat just appeared out of nowhere there. Lord Molag Bal. Do the Molag Bal quest. It's funny you mentioned that. I have been continually sidetracked by chat. So, the goal for today is twofold. So, we are going to finish our initiation as the Nerevarine with the Ashkhans. We're going to complete that end of the main quest line. But then, we're going to do a bit of Daedric quests today, I think. We haven't done any of the Daedric quests. We do have some Daedric items. We have the Cuirass of Savior's Hide, which is Hircine, and then we have the Bow of Shadows, which is Nocturnal. But we have not done any of the actual Daedric quests. And through some discussion with Dragon, I now know where to acquire those quests. Greetings, today is my birthday, getting up there. Warped? Happy birthday. Could I please get some love emotes and some hype emotes in the chat to wish our friend Warped, our new friend Warped, a very, very happy birthday from the game library. Happy birthday, Warped. I hope it has been a really, really good day for you. And welcome in. Thank you for spending a bit of your special day with us. I really, really appreciate that, my friend. I will guide you, Happer. Oh, bees popping off of the Dagoth wave. You know what that means, chat. I'm gonna dance and you're going to use your hype emotes. It is not too late for my mercy. Right, and we're gonna make our way back down to... we walked right past it. The Amayusa camp.
I'm a god. How can you kill a god?
Shame on you, sweet Nerevar.
I'm a god. I'm a god.
That's one way to put it, Sheo. Turn 34, approaching boomer status. Oh, there we go.
Come to me through fire and war.
And if you haven't noticed, Lord Volag, we like the Dagoth wave here. It's chat's fault, not my fault at all. I totally did not put that on as a channel reward, with no limits on use. I guess, yeah, you know what? We have two Daedric Lords in the chat now.
How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I'm a god.
That's actually awesome. We have two Daedric Lords in the chat.
Shame on you, sweet Nerevarine. I'm a god. I'm a god.
Yes, Paige? Are you ready for me to accompany you to Aldadroth? Very well. Have you made Aldadroth a safe place for the Amayusa? If I may pass in safety to the old sanctuary and see the great statue in the inner shrine, then the place is safe for my people. If Aldadroth is safe, are you ready for me to accompany you there, to test our lives, whether it is indeed safe? Yes, please accompany me to Aldadroth. Very well, Paige. Now I will accompany you to the Daedric Shrine on Aldadroth. And when you have brought me to the old sanctuary beneath the ruins, and I may see the great statue of Sheogorath in the inner shrine, then I will surely know that you have made Aldadroth safe for the Amayusa, and I will name you Amayusa Nerevarine. Go ahead, and I will speak further before the great statue. Oh, she's gonna be so slow.
Greetings, Outlander. I think that. Hey, wait for me.
Well, hurry up. These boots were made for walking, lady. Yes, actually, good question, Sheo. My Warped, are you doing anything special for your day? By the way, you're only 5 years older than me? I'm turning 30 this year, the big 3-0. Oh, she water walks. Okay, ma'am. Can we... No? Alright. Ma'am. This bitch. This bitch. Punk ass bitches. I'm turning 30. I got to celebrate my birthday for 30 seconds this year. A whole 30 an entire 30 seconds? Okay, bruh, this is ridiculous. I can't work in these conditions. So many unks.
The audacity of this bitch.
Oh my god! What? Come back! Where the fuck is she going? Come back! You stupid woman! Oh no. Let's just go after her. I know, I'm trying not to. Come back here, you absolute frickin' fool. Come with me. I said come with me. I will not ask again. Old enough to be both of our papa? I don't want to ask. Oh no, oh no. Don't fight this one. Leave him alone. Okay, good. Well behaved.
Hey, wait for me.
How dare you say that after what you just put me through? Yeah, well, come here then. Don't fight the fish. The beauty of having your ancient clan's place of worship on the Telvanni Peninsula is some... Okay, can we, yes. This way, please. Oh my god. Alright, let's go. I need to find a good place to get on this frickin' island. Yeah, I'm waiting for you. Let's go. The Telvanni are your ops? I assume that means opponents. Lord Molag, what is your favorite Dunmer house? Is Dagoth Ur your Pookie? Good old Dagoth. Okay, can we go? Yes? Oh my god. Please don't die. And yes, we did make up that word. Yes. Just like, yeah, sure, why not? No, oh my, no! No! Serana? Oh no. Yeah, I know what Molag did to Serana. Oh, now you're scared. Now you're scared. You are the most ridiculous woman ever to live in Morrowind. I need another weapon. Can we beat this guy up? No. Oh, this is turning into absolute chaos. Look, the reason I call Dagoth and Ball the expletive twins. Okay, can we leave? Can you come with me? Welcome to Morrowind. Oh, Melissa H. Welcome to the YouTube chat. Get in the car, Elizabeth. Lefty Leaf, welcome in. By the way, do you prefer being called Lefty, being called Leaf? Full name? I don't want to call you the wrong things. The rumor is that Michael Kirkbride locked himself in his apartment for a week, and then he came up with Morrowind lore and the 36 Lessons of Vivek. Probably took a substance or two while he was... Yeah, he definitely did. He definitely did. There we go. Okay, there's one dead. Okay, can we make this happen? Let's go. Come on. Where are you at? Where'd she go again? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Apocryphal and untrue, but entertaining and makes for a great headcanon. Okay. So, okay, where'd you go? Where are you?
What now?
I don't know you, do I? Are you here for a dance, or are you here with gold hats? A dance? Don't you know what's going on? Go down to the hall. Lereni in Devil is in the big room with the statue. There's free drinks too. And watch out for the gold hats. They play rough. Okay, so she's one of the island ladies. Okay, so we made a deal with them.
Hey, wait for me.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, so we do have some chat rules. So that was not in poor taste or anything like that.
Masera.
Sydney, welcome to the chat. Thank you very much. Some of the Daedric Lords, I mean, the Daedric Lords essentially represent demons within the Elder Scrolls universe, and that's a simplification, of course, but they represent sometimes some bad things, and Molag Bal is, let's just say, a Daedric Lord that represents some not great themes within our real life mores. So we do need to be careful when we are discussing themes related to the Daedra. That's not, you know, that's not saying we can't have conversations about anything regarding the lore of the Elder Scrolls and anything like that, but we just have to be careful. That's all. Thank you for that, Dragon, by the way. And by the way, if you guys aren't cool with that and aren't cool with the chat rules, that is your prerogative. We're not forcing you to adhere to the rules. That's kind of just, if you're not interested in the kind of chat that we want to have, like Lord Molag did, you can just move on. It's totally fine. I said I would accompany you, Paige, to see if you had made Aldaedroth safe for the Amausa. You have fulfilled my conditions. Thank you, Paige. The Amausa shall be saved, and if you wish, now I shall name you Nerevarine. You have made this place safe for the Amausa, and so I name you Amausa Nerevarine, war leader of the Amausa, and protector of the people. I also give you the Mad Stone of the Amausa, which shall be a sign to all Dunmer that you are the Nerevarine, and that the Amausa shall follow you in all things, even unto death. Until the enemy is defeated, or until you are dead, now I can stay only briefly. Soon I must return to the Amausa camp and make preparations to relocate here. Maybe he did take some psychedelic stuff, maybe he didn't. What is certain is that no sane person would publicly admit to taking drugs with the risk of messing up their career. Oh, that's fine, Dragon. I trust your judgment. That's why you're a mod, right? No, that is all good. So, yeah, like, Michael Kirkbride, I think the biggest thing that I would like to say about Michael Kirkbride is that I think he receives a little too much credit for his role in... Now, Morrowind is the role that he had the biggest stake in. But there was a rather large writing team in all of the games that he was in. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, there's some very unhinged stuff within there's some very unhinged stuff within Morrowind and the Elder Scrolls, that is for certain. And I guess the ongoing joke is that. Yeah, definitely. So actually, I am gonna scroll back a little bit. I just want to make sure. One sec. Oh, I can't see the... Doesn't look like I could see the original. Anyways, you said you would show me later, so that's fine.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Dragon has been... So, if you guys don't know... And by the way, big love emotes and hype emotes for all of the moderators. That is Jet Black Sheep, Dragon Master 420, that is Necrovarius, Short Bowl, Bee Technician. They are giving up their time to moderate in this community. It is definitely not required of them, but they have volunteered their time to do so. So yes, lots of love, lots of hypes in the chat for our awesome mods. They don't have to do what they're doing, but they are. And that makes them amazing people. Okay. So we are now Amausa Nerevarine, so all we have left is... Oh, what's the clan's name? Oh, I'm totally drawing a blank right now. I think I wrote it in my notes from yesterday's stream. It does not look like I did. That is unfortunate. Okay, so what I will do... I think it's perfectly fine to write about these things and to have that as part of your game lore, because it's unfortunately part of life. However, to venerate them is a bit of a poor reflection on the person rather than the gamer, and yeah. And there are some... So I will say that within the Elder Scrolls fandom, there are some people that facetiously comment on these matters. They're not serious, but they make commentaries. Ooh, I landed that. Very nice. They make commentaries unseriously, and that is definitely... No, that's fine. That's fine. If they left of their own volition, and if they want to come back, that's totally their bag. If they do return, that's their prerogative, and we'll have a chat with them. It's totally fine. It's important to remember 5 things about Kirkbride's work on the Elder Scrolls. First, the rest of the team refers to the work as... Oh, geez. Jin's writing a book. First, the rest of the team refers to his work as Kirkbride's nonsense. Second, Kirkbride was set to work on writing on a bunch of stuff for the High Elves that was never used, and he has a fairly serious distaste for them as a result. Third, Kirkbride's stuff is him taking the world incredibly seriously, even his fan fiction. Coda is born out of love and passion for the setting. Fourth, the lore community intentionally mingles his very, very non-canonical work in with the actual official lore. And all this is important because, fifth, the actual team does not take the lore for the Elder Scrolls seriously at all. They can, will, and do retcon previously shown things at will, ignoring established facts. We know this from the folks who have left the team. I hate the fact that ads are dropping in 1 minute. I am going to retain my words for a moment. I'm gonna wait for ads to go, and then we're gonna talk about this. No, absolutely not your bad. It needs saying. It needs saying. Because I think it represents something broader within the Elder Scrolls franchise that I have a problem with personally. But we'll get to that after ads. Ads are dropping in 1 minute, my friends. If you are not subscribed, you will be subject to 3 minutes of ads We do 3 minutes of ads every hour on the hour in order to avoid pre-rolls. So I appreciate your patience, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so I think what I am going to do... Yeah, the most serious thing is the Dark Brotherhood. See y'all after ads. And glad you're doing the pre-roll reduction. It's a good move. Yeah, absolutely. Pre-rolls are... I don't even know why it's an option, if I'm being completely honest. Pre-rolls are the absolute shites. They're an awful, awful innovation. Because honestly, like, and the reason I don't know why pre-rolls are an option is, frankly speaking, because I'm pretty sure every streamer turns them off. Because your audience members are, they're just gonna leave. They're gonna tune into the stream, they're gonna get pre-rolled, and they're just going to bounce. There's no point in even having them as an option. And I hope one day Twitch does get rid of pre-rolls. I find plenty of stream- Wow, that is nuts. And you don't stick- Yeah, exactly. There you go. You do not stick around. Why? Because pre-rolls. Little joke I posted on the Discord for y'all there in chat who ain't here. Who ain't there? What is the hardest thing to explain to women dudes, to women dudes of Reddit? Quantum mechanics. Women are smarter than you. That doesn't make quantum mechanics easier for me to explain. Is that when you immediately get hit in the face with an ad and you start... Yeah, exactly. That is what that is, Mind Warp. Okay, so let's go to the Urshalaku. I just want to refresh my memory on where I need to be going for the next clans. And we're going to be gathering some Sheagorad friends to us. Oh, sorry, this is not Sheagorad, this is the Ashlands region. Mods, ad dodging, naughty naughty. And by the way, I no longer mention that, because I do multi-stream, by the way, but I no longer mention that when ads drop, because Twitch gets very grumpy when you do that, and I do not want to get taken down. No, I know. I know, Dragon just low-key out here being a badass. Okay, let's go to... I think it was the Ashkhan here. So we had the Urshalaku. Ah, yes, Arabenimson. Oops, 1 AM again. I've been good the last few days and been getting to sleep early. Look what you've done to... Eternal, I'm sorry. It's been amazing having you, though. We have missed you in the stream. I do hope that you had a really, really good break, though. Breaks are important. So, I hope that all the amazing things that I've been seeing on Instagram, I hope you had a lot of fun doing those. I hope you had a really happy birthday. And we'll see you later, my friend. Get some sleep and enjoy. Stop being so infectious. I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm serious. I started this in January of 2025, and it just happens to be working out for me. I'm enjoying this so much, guys. I really do love streaming with you guys. It's been super, super fun for me. Twitch is based out of the United States, so you do have your First Amendment rights, but then Twitch will most likely try to... So, yeah, Ez, I will say this, and by the way, this is not because anything wrong has been done. one of the rules of chat is to avoid political conversation. You did not get political. I want to just say that right from the get-go. But I do remind people that there are slippery slope phrases that can get brought up in chat. We get very introspective and very chatty here. So I don't break my own rule, but I get into these slippery slope subjects quite often. So I'm saying it as much as a reminder for myself as for you guys. And we do have the rules chat command for anyone who wants a refresher on any of that stuff. But yeah, Twitch be poopy, I guess is how we can put that. So I want to go back, now that ads are over, I do want to go back to something that Jin said. So Michael Kirkbride is a very prolific figure within the Elder Scrolls franchise. He is known... I love the concept of the Chim and Godhead, but I don't know if Bethesda read... Okay, so... they didn't, to my knowledge. So, okay. The one thing that I would like to bring up in this regard is the Elder Scrolls Online. And the reason for bringing that up is because I believe this is one of the situations where Bethesda's tendency to retcon and do writing of convenience. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, I believe that ZeniMax truly wants to make an MMO for the Elder Scrolls lover. I do believe that ZeniMax, the developer, wants to do that. I believe that in my heart of hearts. I think that ZeniMax wants to give the Elder Scrolls fans what they want. But I think that there are certain entities within the publishing end of things that are getting in the way. I think there are certain structures within ESO that are getting in the way. Oh, I didn't see Jorg come in. Welcome in. Why didn't I see Jorg come in? Might have been a while ago. Oh, okay, there he is. Sorry, it was the same color as Dragon, so I just kinda, my brain was like, that is Dragon. That is not Jorg. Welcome in, Jorg. I hope you're having a good day, my friend. So, again, I bring up ESO because I believe it is the best example of what we're talking about here, which is Bethesda's tendency to retcon out of convenience. And by the way, it's not just Bethesda. Look at what happened to Star Wars. Right? J.J. Abrams got handed the reins from Disney after they purchased the rights from George Lucas, and what was the first thing they did? They retconned the entirety of the expanded universe. That's a lot of stories, guys. They retconned the entirety of the expanded universe. And they just basically rehashed the stories from the expanded universe, but did it shittier. We know for a fact by their own admission that there was absolutely no plan for the sequel. Yeah, exactly. 100%. 100%. And normally, when we experience retcons of this type, it is for a couple different reasons. One, you don't want to pay a writer his royalties. That's reason number one. Reason number two, you have a story, you have an ego project that you want to tell, and the existing lore and the existing stories are in the way. I think in the case of J.J. Abrams, it was ego, and in the case of Disney, it was financial. I hope ESO stays after what just happened to ZeniMax Online Studios after losing Matt Fyror. Yeah, I've got so much to say on this, I can barely collect myself, is the problem. I want this to not be too tangential. I want this to be coherent as much as I can. I think instead of focusing on Bethesda and focusing on Disney and Star Wars, I want to focus on the theme. I want to focus on the overarching theme that is occurring within our culture, within writing for games and movies. And that is the habit of retcon. And again, there's two reasons for it, I believe. Ego and a story you want to tell, so you retcon a story that gets in the way, or you don't want to pay a writer his royalties. Those are the two reasons that I posit for most of the retcons that we see within most of the stories that we love. Now, something really important was said by Jin when his initial triumph. JJ is very much not the kind of person you put on an extended long-term project, because he'll stack everything willy-nilly and let it collapse under its own weight. His greatest triumph, Lost, may be popular, but it's important to remember that they were just throwing crap at the wall, and whether it stuck or not didn't matter. Mid-series, sometimes mid-season, retcons for the dumbest reasons. And that is a sign of bad writing. So, I was going to get to this. So Jin said something really important about Michael Kirkbride. Michael Kirkbride, for all his foibles, and he's got plenty, he is not the writing messiah for Elder Scrolls that everybody makes him out to be. He had quite a team that was collaborating with him at the time. Morrowind, in particular, recognizes Michael Kirkbride because there were certain aspects of his very specific vision that were incorporated into Morrowind and made Morrowind extremely, extremely special. So we can't take that away from him. We can't. But warts and all, Michael Kirkbride does respect the existing lore. That was the point Jin made. There is a respect for the existing stories. Aspects of these, well, you know what this old, how this old saying goes. You put 100 monkeys with typewriters in a room, and eventually you will get Shakespeare. Yeah? Yeah, Kirkbride isn't the savior genius people make him out to be, but you can't deny he loved his work and the setting, and he cared. Yes. So, this is what I believe to be very important. You need to respect existing source material. However inconvenient that might be for the story you are trying to tell, you need to try and respect existing source material. Now, if you are going to retcon, because I think there are situations in which a retcon can be okay. If you are going to retcon, it needs to be for the right reasons. And we almost never see a retcon for the right reasons. Almost never. It's almost always, in my view, for the two reasons that I mentioned. Ego and royalties. And this is a massive problem that we are having within our current culture, within every story that we tell. Every franchise is affected by this right now. Lord of the Rings is affected by this right now, because some billionaire bought the rights to the story, and now they're just bitching it up. It's absolutely egregious. The two biggest things I dislike in storytelling, retcons and prequels. Retcons are a big FU to the fans, and the prequels because of the lack of tension and surprise, because you already know what's going to happen in the future. Stories need to be told like Darth Vader in the original trilogy. He was just a bad guy. Did we really need 3 movies showing how he became the bad guy? Ooh. Oh, good news on that. Actually, Lord of the Rings is a public domain. It's only Silmarillion that isn't, and that's coming up soonish. Good. Yeah, the Rings of Power should not have been made. That was terrible. That was really unfortunate that got made, and that went out into the public. They bought the rights basically, yeah, absolutely for prestige. We own Lord of the Rings. And you wrote some of the worst Lord of the Rings stories ever told. So, great job, guys. Congratulations. You win the most sucky award. Jorg, what do you mean? Now, I think that a prequel, so retcons, I think, I agree with you, Warped. Prequels, I think that I have a little bit, specifically with the example you used. They are rolling in their graves over Rings of Power, 100%. A really good reason to retcon would be, so our tabletop was developed by an evil German organization, but evolved into something great. So we'll retcon the foundation of our game. Never actually happened, but hypothetical that would be valid. I take your point. And I would ask everyone be respectful about the point made. Again, one of the rules. The prequel trilogy of Star Wars in particular, I feel is Darth Vader was not a sympathetic figure until the end of Return of the Jedi. We didn't understand why he did what he did, and very little in the original trilogy explained why he turned bad. Right? The path to hell is paved with good intentions. I think that the prequel trilogy, for all of its issues, represented a clear intent of the creator, being George Lucas. He wanted to tell the prequel trilogy always. He actually wanted to have the chronology go in order, but the technology he did not feel was there in order to tell the prequels the way he wanted, which was unfortunate. I think, Warped, your opinion would be a little bit different had the prequels essentially come out in chronology. But I don't believe that the story of Anakin Skywalker from the prequels was not worth telling. And this is the gray area for me with prequels. Definitely. Oh, Jin, do not get me started on the Obi-Wan series. Do not get me started on all of these shows. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes, that is true, but with what is in motion, with saying, oh, I have the rights and direct patents on their nemesis, oh, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure we're talking about the same thing, York. Some things should be kept a mystery, in my opinion, like xenomorphs. Now we know so much about them, they aren't even scared. I'll take that point. I will take that point. Yep. There are certain cases where I believe that's legit. Oh, not talking about that. Talking about the original trilogy. I see, yeah. When talking to Luke, he told him Vader killed his father. Yes, okay, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the Obi-Wan series that was made recently. And yet another story that did not need to get told. And actually, Warped, to your point, not everything needs a sequel either. Right? Sometimes it is okay for a story to stop. Sometimes it is okay for us to just have what we have. And I would posit that in the case of things, I am so glad you said that, Warped. The Matrix. I don't think we needed to go past the first movie. I don't know if you guys agree. I don't think we need to go past the first movie in The Matrix. Ooh, fun fact. I like fun facts. Okay, while you guys give me some fun facts, I am going to find out where the Arabimson is.
The war-loving Arabimsum of Molagmar are bad people, badly led. The Ashlanders of Arabimson camp are greedy and cruel, and have no respect for Ashlander custom. Ashkhan Ulath Paul is ruthless and arrogant, and he surrounds himself with Gulakans like himself. Blood will be spilled. Let it not be yours. There is one Gulakan of their tribe, Han Amu, who might be shaped as the new Ashkhan. He is a weak reed, but his wise woman, Minarai, is strong and resourceful. Seek her counsel. Arabimson camp is in the wastelands of Molag Amur, and the land of fire and smokes, in southeastern Vardenfell. Here, let me mark it on your map.
The Wachowski sisters didn't want to go past the first movie, and they certainly didn't want to make the fourth, but they got told that if they weren't involved, they'd get absolutely no say, which is the only reason they remained involved to any degree at all. I did know that, yes. I think the prequel showing the path of Vader is actually a really good thing. I have seen a great deal of good people experience bad things in their life because of issues that aren't dealt with to make really bad mistakes. And it is a tale of warning that our pride and our hubris can lead us to take on more than we necessarily are ready or capable of handling. Poor self-insight can lead to a dangerous place. The path to hell is paved with good intentions. That is the story of Anakin Skywalker. The path to hell is paved with good intentions. Question, I know you had a plumber over, so did you... I am the plumber. Wahoo! Yeah, the Jaws effect is actually a really good good shout. Okay, so Molag Amur. That is southeastern Vardenfell. Whoop. Not good. Can I fix your pipes for the... I don't know. You gonna charge? Do I get a discount? Padme died of childbirth. I don't know. I just think they would have the medical technology to prevent that and prevent Anakin from turning to the dark. Well, okay, so Star Wars is interesting in this way, and is a contrast to Star Trek, I would say. What good intentions would explain Order 66? So, let me put it this way. Let me put it to you this way, Yorg. If you knew that, and by the way, this is not... I am not saying this to excuse what Anakin did in Order 66. She literally, yeah, she died of a broken heart. She literally lost the will to live. Which is actually a thing. Some people just die of sadness. It is a phenomena, but it does happen. The cabin boys yell, these pipes are clean. Suggestions box, Harold, is on the Discord. So, what would explain Order 66? And I'm not making excuses. I don't think that this necessarily does or does not explain Order 66. But imagine the person you love, who is carrying your children, is going to die unless you do what this person says. What's the line you would stop at? Where's the line? Where would you say, nope, that's enough, I'm not doing that, go ahead, take them. Do what you will. My love and my children, take them. Where's the line? Because for Anakin, he just... There was no line. He would do any... He was so enamored, he was so in love, that he would do literally anything. And he did. Much to his detriment. Because he didn't need to do what he did. But it was destined. Oh man, you know what? And I will... Okay. Warped, have you read the books? Have you read the novelizations? Because there are some aspects of the novelizations I think are even better. I really love the novelizations. Oh, God. Oh, geez. I need to, like, I really need to heal. Not to sound like an out-of-character parent, but the fate of the Galaxy-verse. Oh, true. Right. But, so, I guess what I'm saying is, that is the question. That's the question. And it's different for every person. Right? Where you would draw that line is not the same as where I would draw that line, is not the same where Jin would draw that line, or where Dragon would draw that line, right? I haven't, maybe I will someday. I just think you shouldn't have to read the books to understand. True. And this is an issue a lot of people have with the expanded universe before it got retconned. What you just said is an issue a lot of people had. Harold, make sure that you are subscribed to every single page as well. Because some people, when they answer the questions in the Discord, they obfuscate several of the text channels. Because you've basically said that's not, I'm here for this, and those other channels don't get added in. But yeah, I think that's an interesting question. And where each person falls when being asked that question is different. And also, there is some suspension of disbelief. We are talking about science fiction and fantasy, after all. And there is a psychological phenomenon as well, I should add, where if it is not your kid, if it is not your significant other, you legitimately don't care about them as much. Well, I feel like that whole aspect of Anakin's character... Well, okay. And another thing we have to consider within the context of Star Wars as well is the dark side is a thing. The wills of the Force, the midichlorians, is a thing. So, he was also, shall we say, under the influence at the time as well. Like, if we're getting, like, into the lore on top of everything else. Because the dark side takes what you're feeling and it basically turns the dial up to a gajillion. I'm locked in here. Well, I feel like that whole aspect of Anakin's character and output would have been written in a different fashion if his ties to the true nature of the Force were deepened to a neutral state, Grey Jedi. Well, and that's the other thing, Grey Jedi, I don't think were ever written into canon. Well, and now that the expanded universe is gone, they're definitely not canon. Which is unfortunate, because I do find them a cool concept. Well, and so this is something that got explored a little bit by Dave Filoni in one of his most... And by the way, I'm not a Filoni fanboy. I'm not in love with everything that comes out of Filoni's brain. But I did think the concept of the Bendu was interesting. Because they stand for... The Bendu were, I guess, they stood for the balance. They were truly neutral, right? I needn't interact with the world because the world is just going to pass me by. My actions would only muddy the waters. I must remain neutral. I must remain balanced. And when... It's an interesting question because you could argue that when you stand for balance, you might not stand up for what is right at a given time. Because what is right might be obscured by your worldview of balance. I have one final thing to say about the prequels. They are pretty bad in my opinion, mostly because George Lucas cannot write dialogue. That is true. I will agree. I'm not making excuses for the movies. Hells to the no. Even the original trilogy, there was a lot of really challenged dialogue that George Lucas wrote. But at least they were different. The sequels are just fan service. So, I agree. And it's also why I have a problem with a lot of the Star Wars that's coming out now. Everyone's like, The Mandalorian's amazing! Would you still be saying that if the cameo of Luke Skywalker hadn't happened in, what was it, Season 2? Right? So yes, the sequels and everything that has followed has been fan service. Nothing has worked to further the Star Wars universe. Nothing has pushed a boundary, I guess you could say.
Under sun and sky, Outlander, we greet you warmly.
Okay. True, but wasn't there a time he was exposed to a time where he was pushing the dark side at arm's length? Anakin always struggled. But the argument of the story, this is the last tribe, yes. The argument within the story of Star Wars is that he had to, because it was destined. It was fate. So, this is another thing that I struggle... Like, I'm not saying I don't struggle with the story of Star Wars, guys. Another area that I would say I struggle with the story of Star Wars is that I believe that we are agentic in our lives. And that while there are forces... Okay, I'm gonna finish this thought and then I'll get into what you just said, Avalon. I like the idea that we have agency. Whether or not you guys subscribe to higher power or anything like that, I do like to believe that what I do matters in the world. And the idea of fate, the idea of this is what it is and it was always going to be what it is. That is...
What do you want?
Fate is what you make of... Fate is what you make of it. Nothing is truly written in stone, for even water can erode. Yeah, so... But the whole premise of the Star Wars story is that the Chosen One had to go through his path. He had to fall. He had to be of the light, fall to the dark, and then reject the darkness to bring balance to the Force. It's fated, it had to happen as it did. You know, Anakin was always going to make the choices he was going to make. Jams, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Well, and this is the other thing, and I'd be interested to get your guys' thoughts on that. How many truly original stories do we actually have? Because a lot of the prose and the premises that are used within the stories that we consume are rehashes of a theme. The hero's journey writing style, for example. A lot of the stories we read use the hero's journey. So is the story then original? Is it just following a pattern? Is the pattern original? You know, all this different... There's a lot to consider. You could get really deep into it. And this is really interesting because you could easily fall into nihilism when you have conversations like this, where it's like you can talk everything down to the point where you could honestly say, okay, does anything matter then? Is anything original? Do we just write everything off because it's derivative or, you know, whatever? Yeah, it's interesting to talk about for sure. But I want to get to Avalon's question. What is your opinion on the remastering of games and remaking of movies and so on? So, I'm going to contextualize this a very specific way. And they very well could be. It's interesting, is it not? I don't think it's perfectly analogous, but definitely. Underdog theme is probably the most common. Yeah, we love an underdog, don't we? So the remastering and the remaking. So I've talked about this prior. Every episode of the X-Files is totally an episode of the Twilight Zone. Your words, not mine. Everybody put down your torches and pitchforks. But the remastering and remaking of games, of movies, of culture.
Masera.
Actually, I don't think I've saved my game for a while.
Yes, hello, I'm very sorry to bother you, but do you mind saving your damn game?
By the way, I do want to check something here. So I did find out what my audio issue is. I am going to have to figure that out. So the echo that you're hearing, it is because my sound alerts are looping. They're looping into my desktop audio capture. So hopefully what I just did will take away the echo. I realized I didn't do that today. But it's also why you are not getting sound redeems in the end of the stream when I change this. Because in the chatting and all the other screens, it's an independent feed, so it doesn't loop into my desktop audio, because the desktop audio is not a part of those scenes. Okay, so remastering and remaking. I think it all comes down to intent. That's the short answer. Why are you doing it? Why are you remaking this piece of cinema, this piece of video game history? Why are you doing it? Why are you creating this? And I think that something that blew my boomer mind was when the Oblivion remaster was revealed. I read the comments saying, now I can finally replay the game of my childhood. Like, huh? You weren't able to before? So this speaks to, and this is why I was trying to gather my thoughts. So when you are remastering or remaking a game, a movie, any sort of art, what is your intention? Is it to make money? Is it to bring the game to a new audience that would not touch it because the mechanics were dated and difficult to muddle your way through? Is it because you have a genuine love for the universe and you would like to see it in higher fidelity? There's many answers to that question. None of them are necessarily wrong, but I feel that some of them are more genuine, more earnest than others. And I would say they don't have any new ideas, and okay, so this does loop back to the derivative nature of ideas. Right? Because if you break down any story that we consume in the modern era, a lot of it can be chalked up to the hero's journey archetype. So is that an original story? Is that an original premise? Yes, you've created your own character, but perhaps something the character goes through is derivative. We talk about this in anime all the time, right? Oh yeah, great, we have another orphan protagonist that is the chosen one of destiny, and he's going to master his inner darkness, and he's got a morally gray colleague who's going to turn to the bad side, and he's going to solve all the world's problems using the power of friendship, right? You see this criticism a lot within anime. Derivative storytelling. That is a loop story. Right, so I'm not going to take it to the perspective of these writers have no original stories, because I feel like that is too easy. And we get the remakes anyways, so I need to analyze it further. I need to ask myself, why is this happening? Now, if you want to take it down to business practice, it's because it's sold. We know it's sold, so we're going to sell it again. It's as simple as that, guys. If you're talking about it in terms of business, that is why it is happening. We don't want our intellectual property that we paid for to go moot, so every 10 years, we are going to prequel, sequel, remake, or remaster our intellectual property, and we are going to re-release it to the public because we know that you will buy it. We know it sells. So, why is it happening? That is the simple answer. That is why remakes, remasters, and all the rest of it happen. Now, what do I think of it? Again, it's down to intent. So if the intent is, we're just money grabbing, I don't like it. I want to see writers and game makers and artists and movie directors start swinging for the fences again. We have these archetypes that we use to create our stories, but that doesn't mean we can't make cool stuff using that sandbox. Because we 100% can, we 100% have. Alright, children, I have to go into lurk mode. If I have to come back early because anyone is acting up, I will simply be dragging you down into the pits of hell. Nobody make Dragon mad. That is basically what that means. He is a very good mod, he is very good at his job, and he will return to rain down righteous hellfire. Oh god, oh no. Oh no. Harold, like, spit on me. The main reason, money. The PR says it's to bring back a new generation. The masses want gooder graphics and special effects. Yeah. And I've said this in the stream before, right? Is that right? If you spit on me, pay me first. $5 dragon love you long time. Okay, who do I talk to here? Know why I love these why do you love these conversations? Tell me. Why do you love these conversations?
Greetings, Outlander. What do you want, Outlander? Don't I know?
Masarapal?
So good to see you.
It means that it will take books another 7 months to finish a game, and it stretches this bad... Intellectual mixed with witty personality. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate that you tolerate these introspective conversations. Oh no. What's going on now? What have you done? Why is the fight music here? Oh. Disappointment.
What do you want, Outlander?
I'm sapiosexual, this is my freaking jam, baby. Just don't turn this into dirty books, you have to pay for that. Okay, now. I'm trying to remember, I didn't write my notes down, did I? Erebimsum. Han Amu, he's the one I have to speak to. And the wise woman.
Greetings, Outlander. I don't think I've heard of you before.
The wise woman's yurt.
May you find all that you seek.
Smutbook Stream Incorporated. Oh no. Ah yes, Only Books begins. I am Manarai, wise woman of Erebinim, son. You are an outlander who claims to fulfill the Nerevarine prophecies. Do you need my services, or do you seek my counsel? You wish to be named Erebimsum Nerevarine? Never. Not while Ashclan Ulath Paul and his war-loving Erebimson live. They all hate Outlanders, and they are proud and haughty, and will never suffer an Outlander to rule them. If you would be Nerevarine of the Erebimson, you must kill Ulath Pol and his supporters, the Gulakans Ahaz, Ranabi, and Ashu Ahe. Then you must help me make peace-loving Erebimson, Gulakan, Han Amu ar Ashkan. Ashkan Han Amu could then name you Nerevarine, Erebimson. I was thinking of incoming, but incorporated is better, I guess. Well, yeah, I make more money if it's incorporated. Then nobody steals my copyrights. But before anything can be done, you must first eliminate Ulath Pol and his supporters. Then you should come speak with me, and we will discuss further how you might be named Erebimson Nerevarine. I am of the peace-loving Erebimson. We only wish to live and hunt as we have in the past, and do not wish to anger our neighbors by raiding and warfare. But Ashkan Ulath Pol and his supporters are strong and sure of themselves. They have grown rich by raiding and fighting. They will not be ruled by the counsel of their wise woman.
3 blessings, Sarah.
I can spare a few moments if you care to talk.
Who are his Gulakans, though? Ahaz? Okay, so let's write this down so we make sure we're killing the right people here. Ahaz. Ashu Ahe. And then Ulath Pol, we have to kill. Anyone else? Anyone else? Ranabi? And that should be all of them. Okay, we're good.
So good to see you. 3 blessings, Sarah.
Oh boy, alright. Let's chameleon it up here. We are kind of low on health. So let's do a Restore Magicka. Hearth Heal. I don't have enough Magicka. Fine, we'll use Glaucoma Medicine then. Did that work? Okay, I feel like it kind of worked. Oh god! Hi! Hopefully we reflect some of this damage. There we go.
Masera.
Baron, welcome in. Thank you very much for dropping by. I hope you're well today. Nobody mind me.
3 blessings, Sarah.
Shuahe. Okay. Let's get hidden here. Let's try and guarantee a hit. We have I just beat Frostpunk. If you've played it, you know my heart's racing now. I've never played Frostpunk. I gotta be honest, I've never played Frostpunk. I think I've heard of it, though. I think I really like the trailer for it. It's probably on my Steam wishlist. Bow of Shadows, here we go.
You inward.
Come on. I feel like I just need to duke it out with them, honestly. Don't really have enough room. Okay, ads are going to be dropping in a few moments, guys. I feel like I should be taunting these guys. I feel like that's a thing, and I'm not doing it.
Find all that you seek, traveler.
Han Amu. Okay, so we've taken down Ashuahe. We've taken down Ranabi. Ahaz is next. There's Han Amu.
Do you have something to say, Outlander?
Greetings, Outlander. So good to see you. Under sun and sky, Outlander.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, this is double fight. Oh no. This is gonna be difficult. Let's do an extra save here. And make sure we are good to go. So, Baron, what do you like about Frostpunk, by the way? What made it a game that you wanted to play?
You will suffer.
Just take him down before he heals. Oh, I'm getting absolutely shit kicked right now. Okay, down to one. Your mentally unstable librarian is back. If you thought my joke about dragging you through hell was a joke, do keep in mind that I live an hour or two away from a town known as Hell, Michigan. I will be taking you to the gift shop. Whoa. That was close. Okay. I think that is everyone dead. Oh no! Whoa! Oh, what? When did that happen? Oh no, okay, okay, I need to... Object is broken. When did they break? That sucks. That sucks. Big duty.
So good.
Alright, I'll need to find a merchant with some hammers. Yes, Outlander, do you need my services, or do you seek my counsel? It was a city management genre that piqued my curiosity, but it was the underlying theme that captured my heart, survival against all odds. This is why we can't have nice things. I don't know why it broke. I've been through fights way worse than that, like, come on. I wonder if I can... Is there anyone to barter? Oh, okay, one sec. I need to taunt these guys. That's what I need to do. They dislike me. They have big dislike.
I can do.
Did you jump off a high ledge? 8 out of 50. Okay. Okay, we're good to go now. So we can resave this. And now we gotta taunt these guys. Ads are dropping in about 15 seconds, guys. Down. Boom. Bitter hand, ember hand. Okay, we'll take these. You lead a small community of people through a devastating snowstorm. Have to manage the resources and civil tensions alike. The final week before the storm finally subsides pushes your administrative skills to their limit. I really like city management games. I liked Stronghold Crusader, for example, not because of the combat. I liked it because I taunted him, though.
Sweat.
All right. I'll take a glitch. Okay, we're good to go there. Use the last... Oh, nope, not you. Ashkhans yurts, there we go. Okay, so I did taunt him, so I'm not sure... Okay, so the dude was aiming directly for your boots, what an asshole. I guess so. 47 out of 50. Okay, so they are aiming directly for my boots. In some situations. Let's pop some hearth heal. I think we are good there.
You in.
Ooh. Okay, I think we'll have to approach this differently. I don't know why. I mean, obviously they recognize that I killed their people. But she must do something to calm everyone down. That must be the big thing here. So... War-loving Erebimsum. Unto the previous Ashkhan, Han Amu's father, Eren Amu, the Erebimsum grew bold and arrogant, confident of their strength of arms. Now Ashkhan Ulath Paul and his champions have become cruel and violent, and our people live in fear. I am of the peace-loving Erebimsum, and I wish that Eren Amu's son Han Amu might become our new Ashkhan. But we are weak, and Ham Amu could never challenge Ulath Paul, let alone all his support. Welcome back from ads, everybody. Thank you for your patience, by the way. Let's see. I think I'll have to...
That you seek, traveler.
There have been some camp. Council, I guess. Now, with Ashkan Ullathpol and his supporters dead, we may consider the Nerevarine prophecies, and how you might be named Erebimsum Nerevarine. Now, with Ullathpol and his supporters out of the way, it is a simple matter to be named Nerevarine of the Erebimsum. All you need to do is persuade Gulakan Han Amu to become the Ashkan of the Erebimsum. Seek him out in his Gulakan yurt. Be prepared, however, Han Amu is not the material one who would choose. Han Amu is not the material one would choose when looking to make an Ashkan. He may be difficult to persuade. Han Amu.
I can spare a few. Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
No matter what Minari says, I'm not interested. I don't want to be Ashkan.
What Minari says.
I don't care what Minari says. I don't want to be Ashkan. Everybody despises me. I'm a weakling, and a coward, and a fool. I hate it. But it's true. I just want to be left alone.
Want to be Ashkan?
Yes, I recognize it. Ranabi wore that robe. The robe of Urodan the Wise. It was handed down to Ranabi through his family. But what does that have to do with my wanting to be Ashkan?
Give the robe of Urodan the Wise and make a little speech.
Thank you for your lesson. It is clear. It is the robe that gives wisdom and counsel. It is the idea of the robe that gives confidence to the tribe. But it is the Ashkan who wears the robe, the Ashkan who accepts the responsibility for the safety of the tribe, who holds the fate of the tribe in his hands. This is a sobering lesson. I must give it thought.
Want to be Ashkan? Give Senetkil's heart of fire and make a little speech.
Thank you. Your lesson is clear. It is the amulet that gives courage in battle, and it is the idea of the amulet that gives confidence to the tribe. But it is the Ashkan who wears the amulet, and the Ashkan who accepts the responsibility for the safety of the tribe, who holds the fate of the tribe in his hands. This is a sobering lesson. I must give it some thought.
Give the axe of Eren Amu and make a little speech.
It is the axe that gives strength in war, and it is the idea of the axe that gives confidence to the tribe. But it is the Ashkan who bears the axe, and the Ashkan who accepts the responsibility for the safety of the tribe, who holds the fate of the tribe in his hands. Now, with Ullathpol dead, I hold the fate of the tribe in my hands. And I must accept that responsibility. Thank you for your lesson. I shall be Ashkan of the Erebimsum, and I shall name you Nerevarine. Thank you, Page. I promise that as Ashkan, I shall do my best to amend the dark reputation of the Erebimsum, and as my first action as chief, I will name you Erebimsum Nerevarine, champion of the Erebimsum and protector of the people. You must also go to the wise woman, Menerai, and get from her the seizing of the Erebimson and the enchanted heirloom of the tribe, which shall be a sign to all Dunmer that the Erebimson have named you Nerevarine.
Pardon me. Woo! That one did a number on me. That guy gains confidence after donning the relics of his tribe. That is hella amounts of placebo. Okay, we'll go have a chat with the wise lady. The nice lady and the wise lady. So, Paige, you are called Nerevarine, and Han Amu is now our Ashkhan. Many changes. Many changes. Nerevarine. Well, now that you are Erebimson Nerevarine, now perhaps we shall see what that means. So Han Amu has accepted his responsibilities as Ashkhan. Congratulations. I must also give you the seizing of the Erebimson, a tribal heirloom that ought to be held by our chosen champion as a token that we have named you Nerevarine.
May you find all that you seek.
Alright, we are officially the Nerevarine, and we are officially the Hortator of the three great houses of Vardenfell. Now, the time has come to get a little bit of help. Ooh, pardon me. It's a good thing I turned the mic off. That would have been very loud for you guys. Sorry, I had a bit of a sneeze. All right. So I did not take a break during our ads, so I'm just going to take a quick little break. I just need to go to the loo quickly, and then we're going to come back, and we are going to start pursuing the Daedric quests of Morrowind. So I will be right back, my friends.
There's someone watching me. I can tell. There's someone watching me. I can tell. So good to see you. May you find all that you seek, traveler. May you find all that you seek, traveler.
Alright, thank you guys for indulging my quick little BRB there. So now we are going to get into some of the Daedric quests of the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Now I am going to need to consult a little bit of help here, so if you will indulge me, I'm just going to quickly do a little bit of reading. So we have, so 1, 2, so I'm gonna be just writing this down here, just so I don't have to consult my phone every single time. So we have Malakath. We have Boethia. We also have Mafala. Molag Bal. And Sheogorath. Okay, so let me just make sure I'm reading this correctly. Ah, and we have Azura. I almost missed one. We have Azura as well. So, given the region that I am in, I think that it will be easiest for us to visit the Shrine of Azura. Which I'm trying to remember. I think it's next to Nakardams. And it doesn't show on the map here. So let's head over. So we want to be going straight down this way. Just gonna make my way over this way quickly, and so essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to make our way down to this little islet, or peninsula I guess I should say, over here. I believe the Shrine of Azura is right around here. I could be wrong, but we have been there before. Try and sneak past here. Trust me when I say that Azura's Shrine is extremely difficult to miss. Straight shot east from Molag Mar, over the mountains. Like I said, I've been there before. I'm fairly certain I do know where it is. It's just been a while. I have slept since then. Yeah, I never started Azura, that's right. Was it Telvanni or Thieves Guild? I can't remember. It was one or the other. Skip right over these boys. Now, there should be a rather large statue of Azura nearby. Take all these boys down. Perfect. Nice and easy. Azura, Azura. Where are you, Azura? I think we also need to level up a few more times as well. If you line yourself up to Molag Mar's marker on the map, and keep going closer to that marker, you should find it basically no time at all. Okay. Boom, one shot. I felt like it was right at the edge of the island. Ah. There we are. I think we've gotten it. I think we've gotten there. Shrine of Azura. How do we trigger the Daedric quest? Just make sure we have nowhere else to be in here. Let's check our journal here. You activated the shrine since she isn't speaking to you. Okay. Mysterious killings of Vivek, House Telvanni, House Lalu, Fighters Guild, Patchwork Airship, Sleeper Awake, Hortator and Nerevarine, The Bad Actor. I don't see anything about Azura. Pilgrimage of the Seven Graces. Okay.
You have come here for
Ah.
a reason, though you may not know what it is. Sheogorath and I have made a wager. He contends that solitude causes madness, while I maintain it allows for solace and meditation. To test this, I sent one of my priestesses to live alone on an island north of Dagoth Ur. If she can live there for 100 years, continuing her life of prayer, my theory will be proven. If not, Sheogorath wins our wager. The time has almost passed, and she remains steadfast.
Can you hear her?
But Sheogorath has tried to sway
I know she's quiet, but you can hear her?
Travel there, rid the island of his minions, and bring back proof of his meddling. Do not disturb the wise woman, though, as that would void our wager. Serve me, and I will reward you well.
Barely? Okay. Let's... Options. Audio. Voice. Can lower the sound of effects a little bit. Okay, that should help, because we had voice turned down a little bit. Okay, I have spoken with Azura, Queen of the Night Sky, at her shrine. She has asked me to travel to an island near Dagon Fell and rid the island of Daedra Sheogorath has sent, and to bring back proof that he has sent them. I may not disturb Reyna, Drolan, the woman living there. If I can do this for her, she will reward me well. Okay, island near Dagon Fell, so that would be... That'd be Al Daedroth, right? That's near Dagon Fell. I could hear her, it was just a lot quieter than I expected, okay. In the future, I can always just up the master volume in those moments too. Yeah, one of the islands. Only one? Okay, so we'll head over to Dagon Fell. So we'll need to find a settlement where I can fast travel. Looks like I have a boat that I can commission. Ow. Sure, we'll return to Vivek.
Greetings.
So, let's go to Sadrith Mora.
Go ahead, Outlander.
And then, ooh, okay, sweet. He takes us right to Dagon Fell. So it's a little shack on one of the islands surrounding Dagon Fell. That's not a shack, that appears to be a dwarven ruin. This appears to be part of the mainland. Okay, so north there. Okay, let's take care of all. Oh my god, so many. Why are there so many? Cliff Racer Congo again. Oh dear. Oh, you know what I should have done when I was in Ebonheart? I should have bought more arrows. That definitely should have been the thing I did. Okay. I don't feel like it's going to be this island. It's not flat enough. Oop, missed. So we'll start circling the island a little bit. Every single islet that is sitting around the island, we'll head to each one of those and we'll try and find the shack. It's a shame she didn't narrow it down anymore for us. You always like me to suffer just a little bit, dragon. This seems promising. It's a rather large island. It does appear to have a bit of a clearing here. And there's Daedra. Yep. Okay, we're in good shape. Do have to take down the Cliff Racer, though. Oh, that hurt. That's not good. Okay, so we've got a couple hungers as well. Missing all of my shots here. There we go. Okay, one more. Gotta lead your target. Nice. I think that is a... yeah, golden saint. Hopefully not the woman.
Hello, I'm very sorry to bother you, but do you mind saving your damn kid?
Yes, I really should. Especially since I'm doing remarkably well against these enemies. Ooh, I sent her flying. Okay, journal's been updated, so the Atronach doesn't count. That is good. By Azura. Okay. So I think we're done that particular quest. Back to Dagon Fell. And you found... well, so... I just kind of used my logic dragon, so I considered that it would be a larger island, is essentially kind of what it came down to in my mind. Oh, I need to collect the oh, okay. Boots of Blinding Speed. Oh, they definitely are. Yeah, this build has been... well, I would like to say it was my idea, but honestly, Dragon has been helping immensely. He's been giving me lots of ideas. I would honestly say that he tailor-made this build for my specific intent with this particular playthrough. He kind of recognized what I was kind of going for with my build, which is that I wanted lots of passive buffs, but I wanted to keep the, I guess, intention of being somewhat stealthy and being a marksman only. And he obliged. Yeah, that is true. It has been my choice, but I didn't know about half of these items. Since I'm one of the crazy EU guys has nothing else to do other than watching you until 3 AM, I have to go and sleep. Avalon, thank you so much for your support for the channel. Thank you so much for hanging out as much as you do. Don't think that it isn't going unnoticed. I am very, very grateful for viewers like you that watch from abroad. Means a lot, man. Truly. Okay, now we can go to... let's go to Sadrith Mora. And Telbranora is probably going to be closer?
Is there something I can do for you?
Slightly closer, okay. That might have been a mistake. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Oh well, Boots of Blinding Speed, away! And acrobatics has really been helping too. I need to get that to 100 though. Once that's to 100, I'm taking way, way less damage. Total missed opportunity. They could have had some really freaky leviathans out of Subnautica in these waters, and then I would never swim. Just like open water like I'm swimming in right now. There's a lot in Morrowind. I think if they remastered the game, it would be like straight out of horror. Last couple playthroughs, I had to force myself to play Argonian or Khajiit since they can't wear boots. Boots of Blinding Speed are game-breaking, but they are too tempting. Sorry, did you say aren't game-breaking? Are, okay, so you did say positive, are game-breaking. I don't know if they've been game-breaking for me. There are yeah, I know about the Drow, yeah. No, I'm thinking, like, in terms of, like, giant Leviathan just absolutely coming and wrecking your crap if you swim out in open water. Because that is lore accurate. There are Leviathans in the Elder Scrolls. Oh dear. Oh, really? Alright. Okay, there's Molag Mar, so the shrine should be very nearby. And there it is. By Azura, by Azura, by Azura.
Well done, mortal. You have preserved the integrity of my wager with Sheogoth.
Better.
Now it will end as fated, and not due to the meddling of the Daedra Prince. Take this, and use it wisely.
Okay, so what did we get? Probably Azura's Star, if I had to guess. We have the Moon and Star, Madstone of Emausa. Ah, yes, Azura's Star. Okay. Okay, now. Who do I want to do next? So, I'll let you guys in the chat vote. So, we have Malakath, Boethia, Mafala, Molag Bal, or Sheogorath. Those are our options. So who else do we want to go see this stream? We have time for probably one more Daedric Lord. I am going to wrap up the stream at 9 tonight. I'm pretty tired. My chronic fatigue's been kind of kicking my butt lately, so I will never forget when I was an Argonian with low personality and some guard asked me if my owner knew where I was. Morrowind is nothing but, if not intellectually consistent. But yeah, which Daedric Lord do you want to see next? Sheogorath is probably the most efficient because it takes you to Dagon Fel again. And while there, you can pick up Malakath's quest. Okay. We like efficiency. Yep. Sheogorath's quest is fun. The fork of Horpilation. What does that mean? What does any of this mean? It's mad. That's the point. That would be hilarious to see Jet and Dragon fight over spoilers. Because they're both mods. So Dragon would put him on timeout and Jet would just undo his own timeout. It would never end. No clear winner. Just me sitting there like Emperor Palpatine going, "Yes, let the dark side flow through you." Alright, lady, let's travel. Right. We are back in Ebonhar. We should sell off some stuff. can't time out another yeah, exactly. Screw the rules, I have money. Okay, so we're just gonna buy more silver. I don't think I'm gonna waste money with steel anymore. You've tried. Tell us how you really feel. Drocuras, Bone Mold Greaves. Let's just sell our steel arrows and our iron arrow. He doesn't have enough gold for a Daedric dagger, so we won't bother with that. Wild flame sword, we can sell that off. Anything else I would like to try and sell right now? Is there anywhere to purchase glass armor? Like, purchase it? Because I would like to replace the Dark Brotherhood helm and the pauldrons, if I could. Unless there's some, I guess good pauldrons that... Ghostgate, I think? Okay. Because I want to replace... Like, if we have any enchanted items that would make good replacements for these, I'm open to that as well. It's more or less just I want to get rid of this more basic gear. Glass armor is found in the overworld. It is not okay, so it's not purchased. We'll buy one Master Armor's hammer. Goodbye.
You want something, friend?
Well, we have some glass arrows. There's one armor somewhere who has a bunch of different pieces. They're out on... Oh, they're out on a shelf, so I'd have to steal them. Okay. I'd have to make my way to Balmora then.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Vivek Foreign-Quarter, please. Because I don't think there's any enchanted pauldrons or helms that would be good for my build. At least I don't think that. There's an orc warrior in Suran who's unimportant to the game named Bula Grumuk. You can taunt him for the pauldrons. What do the pauldrons do? Make our way to the crossroads here, then. There is some interesting dancing there. Yes, there is. Yes, dancing that we will never forget. Oh, nothing? Okay. So let's try Ghostgate then. Which is... right up that way. Oh, they're just unenchanted. Gotcha. Yeah, I've been rocking this Dark Brotherhood gear for a while, so I think it's about time that I shift over. Turn over a new leaf. Get something new. Get a new look. I find it surprising there's no unique pauldrons in the game, though. Okay, so Ghostgate should just be pretty well due north. Just avoid all these... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Okay, don't want to fight that bandit camp there either. If you go to Mournhold, you can get some bomb-ass armor. Mournhold. That's Tamriel rebuilt, is it not? Are you having me on, Sheo? Oh, it's from the expansion. Gotcha. You have to be gentle with me. I'm still learning. Oh dear. Okay. Ooh. I'll be gentle, Dumpling. I'll be as gentle as Uncle Crassius. Yeah, that is exactly it. I'm trying to avoid the main. Trying to avoid the DLCs for now. For now. I think you sold one of the 2 or 3 glass cuirasses to the mud crab merchant. Unless you put in your... Yeah, I did, yeah. I kept some. Okay, so that's a Ghostgate Temple. So apparently some pieces on display.
Speak, traveler.
Sad I went and... Yeah, I could definitely kill her again. And just take her armor. Taunt her into fighting me. Because she's got the whole kit.
Make it quick out.
I may just do that, honestly. There's my lockpicks. Just use my master's pick. Nothing. Why is the room locked then? Why did you lock your room away? Alright. Oh.
Can we hurry this up?
I think I might have to kill her. This is the lower level.
Do you see?
Another guy in glass.
What do you want?
Another guy in glass.
Go ahead. Do you seek training? How can I be of service to you, Outlander?
Okay, we have glass staff on display. That's a good sign.
Is it, Outlander?
How can I be of service to you, Outlander?
Ooh! Okay, perfect. Glass pauldrons. Right there.
What do you want?
Perfect. Everything I need. Everything I need. Just you and me now, buddy. As a bubbly Bosmer boy, there isn't any murdering unless he absolutely needs to. Yes, I am a bubbly Bosmer boy. My parents loved me, and that is why I ate them. There's a shelf. I want to say there's room. This room has almost all pieces. Maybe no bracers, but the lady upstairs has bracers. Are you saying I absolutely need to? Yeah, looks like everything but... Oh no, we got bracers. We have bracers. Now let's pop a potion to restore our magic. And then let's get as much of this stuff as we can. Ogre, welcome in. Did we do it? We did it! Yeah, buddy! That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about.
Hello, I'm very sorry to bother you, but do you mind saving your damn king?
Not at all. Game is saved. Alright, now, let's pop some of these bad boys on. Oh, it took my Mickey Mouse gloves off. That makes me sad. That makes me sad. Alright, very well. Ooh. Why do I always do that? Oh god. Yes, high fashion.
Hey Chad, welcome to PlayAnyGoodBooksLately.
You look like an anime villain. That's the look, though. Kakarot! Hey, Vegeta. I heard these Daedra are strong. I'm gonna go fight one of them. Oh no, here we go. Okay, I need to go to Dagoth Fell. So, no. Why does it hurt? Make it stop. Okay, so we got our badass threads. But... okay, let's get to Dagoth Fell. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get to Dagoth Fell, and that'll be pretty close to time. Alderun should be a little bit north of here. The fact that the Daedric Lords are omnipotent, Vegeta would get his ass vaporized. I don't know, man. Super Saiyan God is a thing now. Maybe he'd be a contender. It definitely wouldn't stop Son Goku. Princes. They are royalty. Which would make it fitting that Vegeta would fight them, for he is the Prince of the Saiyans. Daedra Lords are lesser than the princes, sadly. I always get that wrong, too, to be fair, Jin. Where do I want to go? 6,000 year ban for hurting my feelings. Straight to jail.
We make a special
Hurt feelings, jail.
Same low price.
Sheogorath is a prince, Nocturnal is a prince, Azura, prince, and that's fair. Let's go to Vivek. So we need to go to Dagoth Ur. Please administer within the next 5 minutes.
Is there something you need?
Wait, do you have feelings? Wait, you guys are getting paid? Tell Brenora.
Is there something I can do for you?
Sadrith Mora. You take me straight to Dagoth Ur. Boom. Only on Tuesdays. And now we go to Aldadroth? Okay, so let's swim over to Aldadroth. We currently have ads breathing down our neck. On Tuesday? Wrong shrine. But this is Sheogorath's... Is it not? Alright, we're heading back to Dagoth Ur. We will make our way back to Dagoth Ur. As all the beasties try and chase us. Almost. There we go. Can I jump up? Yes, I can. We'll just get back to the city here, and then we will save our game. Okay, close enough. Alright, get our game saved up here, and we will snooze the ads. Okay, so I know the schedule for this week showed a 4-hour stream today, but frankly guys, I have been debilitatingly tired since about Sunday. I do suffer from chronic fatigue, so I unfortunately am going to have to end the stream a little bit early today just so I can try and catch an early night. How does it feel now that you're officially in endgame? Honestly, Dragon, it feels incredible. This run of Morrowind has been the ride of a lifetime. I've really, really loved... Esma, caffeinated coffee makes me sick. I had an illness, and basically not to be TMI, but my gut microbes got killed off by the cortisol in my body, and now I have a bunch... Caffeine, any stimulant, is off the table for me. I used to drink coffee. I love coffee. I still have decaf coffee. I can have decaf, but any stimulant gives me wild anxiety, and it makes me super, super nauseous and ill. It's an interaction with my vagus nerve, is what I'm told. Which is super unfortunate, because coffee is one of life's joys. But with that said, I am going to have to call the stream at 3 hours instead of 4 today. So that means our time in the game library has once again come to an end. You need a new internals... Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I'm slowly getting back to normal. It's been a process, for sure. I would just like to give a quick thank you to everybody who showed up today and supported the stream, chatted, lurked, all of it. You guys make the stream what it is, and I would like to give a special shout out to Dragon, our mod, for taking some swift action when some less than savory things were being said. Some allusions that were lore related were made, and a warning was administered, and that person decided to leave. So that should tell you everything you need to know about that individual and their intention with what they were saying. So I would just like everybody to give a quick little love emote to our mods, be it Dragon or any of the other ones. Thank you for your swift action. Thank you for keeping our chat a safe place where we can express ourselves and have deep, meaningful conversations about the games that we love and life. Because without you guys, it would just be me, and I'm trying to play the game at the same time, right? We're not perfect, so you mods, you make me a better streamer, and you make this a better experience for everybody who comes in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I'm gonna start running out of snoozes, so I would also just like to give a quick thank you to everybody who subbed and cheered as well. Financial support is not necessary, but I am thankful when it appears. It helps improve the content, it helps improve the channel, because all the money going to the channel right now is going to upgrading the space. So thank you for that as well. Now, we can't just have an amazing community, we have to share an amazing community. So I am just going to look for someone to raid. Our friends in YouTube, I'm afraid this is the end of the stream for you guys, as you cannot join us on the raid, I am afraid. Raid afraid, that rhymes. So let's see which one of our friends are live right now, because we do love to share our stream with people that we know. I don't like leaving you guys with randos. It's not ideal. So it's been a while since we've raided Squish. It's been a week or two. We haven't raided Tozzle in a while. She is streaming her characteristic retro side-scroller kind of handheld games like Metroid. I'm not sure what she's streaming right now. It looks like Metroid 2. Ooh, Metroid 2. Cool. I do love myself some Metroid, for sure. Let's see. Squish is playing some Tetris. Okay, so I think what we are gonna do today, we haven't raided Tozzle in quite some time, so we're gonna give Tozzle some love today. So my friends, I'm starting the raid now, before ads start dropping again. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, or if you are subscribed to the channel, there are your raid messages. My friends, it has been the pleasure of a lifetime getting to stream to you all tonight. I ask that you be well. I'll see you on the next one.